Coach, let's start off with Gamer Gomez and Jar not getting the Defender of the Year. Just want to get your take on, Mas Miazga winning the.
Miazga was a good choice. He had a good season. I mean, they play differently than us with three center backs, but he's a good player.
Do you feel like a lot of that had to do with the fact that they won the Supporter Shield?
Sure, that always helps when you're on a winning team. That always helps your case in some of these non-statistical things. I mean, Golden Boot is, leading assists, all that sort of stuff. That's mathematics, but yeah, it helps.
Getting back into the reality of your game. First practice back. How do you feel like the team is
Great.
doing?
Sunny day. It's nice. They all enjoyed it. Not too much. We gave them a couple days off, so first day back wasn't anything dramatic, but we pushed them pretty hard.
For you, this couple of weeks or the time off before the next day, it's probably good to get some players back, right?
Well, just Reed. I mean, everybody else has been healthy, but
And-
getting Reed back will be good.
And getting Reed back, not just maybe healthy, but in form for like game rhythm.
We'll see if he can get his, when he got injured, he was playing really well. So that's a trick for a young player, any player for that matter. So, yeah, that'll be good for him.
Do you anticipate the guys getting called up to international duty having any? I guess the question is the international games far enough away from the game that it won't impact?
We are working on the travel arrangements for all of our players to make sure they will be back as early as possible on the best flights possible so they can participate. Obviously, having a game on Sunday helps, but we're going to, do what we can to get them here so they have 1 or 2 training days prior to the game, not just show up, match day -1 training, and then play.
How would you assess the general confidence level of the team?
Good, high. I mean, look, there were probably some nerves towards the end of the Dallas game, but I thought overall the team looked confident.
This was the first time that you guys won a home playoff game in front of fans since 2019, since the 2019 MLS Cup. Did the playoffs feel like, I don't know, like, okay, this is what it, like, I don't know, had there been any...
Fans were into it. March of the match was pretty good. I saw some clips. Dallas made it an entertaining series. We had some history with them. Yeah, it felt like a playoff game for sure.
When you look beyond the result and more to the way your team played over the 3-game stretch, does it feel like the team needs to pick up another level in order to kind of match these
we're
LAFC
playing.
teams?
We're playing the defending champs. They're the ones that have the title, so we'll have to be a little better.
It seems like every time this team plays LAFC, there's who's the underdog. You're at home. Does it feel like you're still the underdog at home, or what's the mentality in that sense?
I don't think we're the underdog with any team.
Dennis Bouanga, obviously great season.
Great player.
Great player. That said, you've been able to really limit his opportunities in the last couple of games. How much can you build from that to just...
This is a one-off playoff game. They're going to be up for it, so are we. Whatever we've done in the past, we're going to throw that out the window. It's one game. They'll be ready. Steve's an excellent coach. I really like him. We get along well. Ante's, obviously, we have some history together. It'll be a well-coached team. They've got good players. The team that makes the most plays on the 26th, they're the ones that are going to go through.
This was Josh's first national team call-up since...
Pleasant surprise.
Yeah, how have you seen him evolve this year?
Well, his confidence. The beginning of this season was a long time ago, so maybe my memory's a little faded, Jeremiah, but at the beginning of the year, and not just because he scored the goal against St. Louis, but he was playing at a high level. He got the injury. It took him a real long time to pick himself out of the hole. And you're seeing the Josh that was there at the beginning of the year. He feels it. So good for him.
It seems like Leo had a hard time maybe being as influential or getting consistently into the final line against Dallas. how much goes into working with him?
Well, he got there. His finished product wasn't there. He had numerous opportunities. When to pass, when to dribble, picking out the right pass. He needs to learn some tricks from Freddie Montero, getting the penalty box. The guy touches you, you go down. But look, he's a promising young talent, and he'll figure it out. But there were moments, where a young kid with not a ton of playoff experience, it showed. So we work with him all the time, and he'll get better.
With Nico there, he does things a lot differently. But when it comes to maybe not starting Nico, is that more to have him later to finish off the game? Or what goes into maybe that decision to switch those two players?
It's just my choice of the starting lineup. I know it's kind of been Leo, Nico, that pattern. Certainly Nico brings big game experience, different, but that's when Nuhu and before that Reed kind of helped because we didn't have a guy wide left. So allowing Nuhu once or twice to go, Reed really did it really well. Then you can play Nico kind of inside. Him and Albert can interchange, and I think that works.
Where would you put Raul right now when it comes to game rhythm? It's hard to not, when you're not playing, maybe that game rhythm kind of goes away.
He looked good out. He scored some good goals today. I wish we could give you the drone highlights. Maybe we'll put that out on the sounder package. He scored some really good goals. The substitution patterns for that game against Dallas, I wanted to bring, him in, but it was 1-0. We were defending the lead. How did we change the game? And then towards the end, I was going to bring Javi, but then we only had one sub left because Obed and JP was kind of a surprise a little bit. We wanted to take care of JP, so, it was kind of weird. I couldn't risk just Javi because what if they scored? And then, if I played Raul and, it was challenging. 3-game series, we learned some stuff.
Is there anything you learned from a 3-game series that you can that you bring over into
one game?
traditional?
No, I think just if the league continues with this type of playoff arrangement, we'll reflect back at next year if that's what happens. I think a one game is the way I like it, preferably, but that's pretty straightforward.
Having played through it though now, is there anything about a 3-game series that you can kind of reflect on and say like, okay, well,
it's good for the fans. Good for the fans. I think Dallas had a full house. I think our fans showed up. I thought it added to some of the excitement. I'm glad that the games didn't get out of hand. They were physical. Dallas has some physical players, and I don't mean kicking people or anything like that or fouls, but they're a physical team. They can get up down the field, so I thought it was okay.
Anything tactically you think you picked up from it? Like how you might, like you mentioned possibly doing things.
Look, the only second guessing of myself was maybe starting Nico down in Dallas. That was the only one. The second game, we had won the first game in your pocket. You start the second game a little more conservative. It's probably what I would have done.